absolute power. These four men. Oh!
WWE lovers, welcome to Pinfall Headlines, your source for match recaps and breaking wrestling news. Hit that bell and let's roll. The atmosphere inside Monday Night Raw was electric, but nothing could prepare fans for what happened next. After weeks of silence, recovery and speculation, Seth freaking Rollins made his long-awaited return, and he wasn't smiling, laughing or dancing. This was not the charismatic, flamboyant visionary fans were used to. This was a man on a mission. Rollins walked back into WWE not as the entertainer, but as the hunter. The betrayal that once left him broken has now become the very fire that fuels him. And on this night, that fire burned hotter than ever. A betrayal that shook the vision. Just weeks earlier, Raw witnessed one of the most shocking betrayals in recent WWE memory. The very faction Rollins had built, the Vision, turned on him in brutal fashion. Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, once his trusted allies, unleashed a merciless assault that left the former champion injured and humiliated. The attack was cold, calculated, and devastating. But the true sting came later, when it was revealed that the man pulling the strings behind the betrayal was none other than Paul Heyman. Heyman, known for his manipulative genius, had quietly orchestrated the entire downfall of Rollins' faction from behind the scenes. It wasn't just an attack, it was a chess move. By targeting Rollins, Heyman sent a message to everyone. In the new WWE landscape, loyalty comes second to strategy. But what he didn't account for was that Seth Rollins doesn't stay down. He rebuilds, he evolves, and he always returns with a vengeance. Return heard around the arena. As the night unfolded, the crowd inside the arena erupted when Rollins' entrance music hit. The iconic "Burn It Down" echoed through the speakers, but this time the energy was darker. Rollins didn't come out to entertain, he came to confront. Dressed in black leather, his eyes blazing with intensity, he marched down the ramp with one purpose: retribution. Security guards quickly followed, clearly briefed to keep him under control, but the message was clear. No one was stopping Seth Rollins tonight. He wasn't there to smile for the cameras or play to the crowd. He was there to finish what others had started. In a scene that felt ripped from a movie, Rollins stormed backstage, demanding answers. Every step he took carried the weight of betrayal, and every glare was aimed at the ghosts of his past, the men who had once called him their leader. "I'm not here to talk, I'm here to hunt." Backstage chaos followed as WWE officials scrambled to contain Rollins. Cameras captured his movements as he tore through locker rooms, shouting for Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. "I'm not here to talk, I'm here to hunt," he growled, his voice raw with emotion. It wasn't the confident laugh fans had come to associate with Rollins. It was something more primal, more real. Production crews tried to intervene, but the former world champion brushed past everyone in his way. His rage wasn't just about physical pain, it was about betrayal, humiliation, and loss of trust. Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed had crossed a line that couldn't be undone, and Rollins wasn't interested in forgiveness. He was interested in justice, his way. The shadow of Paul Heyman. While Rollins hunted, Paul Heyman was nowhere to be found. Sources say Heyman had already left the building, a move that only adds to his reputation as WWE's most cunning strategist. His fingerprints were all over the betrayal, quietly manipulating Breakker and Reed into turning on their mentor, convincing them that Rollins' leadership was holding them back. Heyman's plan was as ruthless as it was brilliant: dismantle the Vision from within, pit its strongest members against each other, and leave Rollins isolated. But what Heyman may not have anticipated is that Rollins thrives in chaos. The more you push him, the more dangerous he becomes. Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, the traitors on the run. Meanwhile, reports from Backstage indicated that Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed were seen leaving the arena just moments before Rollins arrived. According to insiders, they were tipped off that Rollins was on his way, and they chose to flee before the confrontation could happen. But even outside the building, the tension was palpable. The WWE Universe took to social media, calling Breakker and Reed cowards for running instead of facing the man they betrayed. Others argued that their retreat was strategic. After all, a Rollins this enraged isn't someone you confront unprepared. Either way, the seeds of an explosive feud have been planted, and the hunt has only just begun. The evolution of Seth Rollins. Rollins' return isn't just about revenge, it's about evolution. For years he's been the architect, the visionary, the messiah of Monday Night Raw. But now he's something different, something sharper, colder, and more dangerous. The betrayal stripped away the flash and the laughter, leaving behind the fighter who built himself from the ground up. What fans saw tonight wasn't a character, it was a man reclaiming his identity. The Seth Rollins who smiled through pain is gone. The one who rises through chaos has returned. The locker room reacts. Backstage reports suggest that the atmosphere behind the scenes was tense. Many superstars kept their distance, unsure of whether Rollins' rage would spill over. Others, however, expressed quiet admiration. They knew what it took for Rollins to come back from an attack that brutal. Rollins doesn't forget, one wrestler reportedly said. He forgives no one, and when he sets his eyes on a target, it's only a matter of time before he hits. Even the commentators couldn't hide their excitement, calling Rollins' return one of the most intense moments of the year. The WWE Universe has seen Rollins in every form, hero, villain, champion, but this version feels like something entirely new. But the hunt has just begun. As the show went off the air, Rollins was still storming through the backstage area, yelling for his betrayers. Security eventually surrounded him, trying to calm him down, but he made one thing clear before leaving the arena. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. Those words echoed through the corridors, a warning to anyone who stands in his way. Rollins is no longer playing the game, he's rewriting the rules. Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed may have escaped for now, but their time is running out. What's next for Raw? The return of Seth Rollins changes everything. His comeback isn't just a personal vendetta, it's a seismic shift in the Raw landscape. With Heyman lurking in the shadows and his former protégés on the run, Rollins is now the wild card in a WWE already divided by shifting alliances. Will Rollins find Breakker and Reed before Heyman manipulates another twist? Will his anger consume him, or will it make him unstoppable? And perhaps the biggest question, how far is he willing to go to get his revenge? The beginning of a new War One thing is certain. This isn't the same Seth Rollins who left weeks ago. The man who returned to Raw is focused, furious, and unshakably driven. His war has only just begun, and the road ahead promises chaos, confrontation, and catharsis. The WWE Universe has waited months for this moment, and now that it's here, one truth stands out above the rest. Seth Rollins doesn't just burn it down, he rebuilds it stronger.